Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 4 of Let's Play Tyranny Blind. In the last part, we had a journey down this little valley here. After we had been given orders by our Lord Tunan. I can't think. It's been about 4 hours since I played, so I mean, I will forget the names every so often. We are under Curus's forces, but we were. Yes, we were given the Curus's edict by Tunon. Yes, I was correct. We then met our companion, who is called Verse, who's currently injured, but we need to rest to
You didn't see nothing.
do anything. So, ooh, a bit of loot. Apparently, there's a bit of loot I didn't get last time. They are heavy. No, yeah, we'll keep them in. We'll keep them, but we're just not going to wear them. So there's no loot over here. So let's. We're going to go. We're going to nice stealthily, and then we get straight into some stuff. Stow your weapons, or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Skewer him, worry not for me. Gavinash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his braces and cuirassiers. You heard the man. He plainly invites you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? Wow. Mocking Blaze is a bit of a bastard. This blade, with a jerk of the knife, he slices the clump of Drastus's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. So, which of these do I want to do? Yeah, I think we're going to do this one. We're going to lower our weapon and then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. And we gain favour of everyone, and I gain 69 athletic experience, which is kind of what we're going to try and do. The Oathbreaker cracks a wide smile as you lower your weapon. That's right. Now the rest of you, drop those weapons. With his attitude on the other warriors, attention on the other warriors, you dash forward. He reaches out with his dagger to slay Drastus, but your hand is already on his wrist. With a wrenching twist, you mangle his hand, dropping the dagger harmlessly to the ground. The disavowed warriors rush forward from either side of you. Tyrell barely manages a strange gasp before being hacked and impaled on the swords and spears. Kairos be praised. The Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Karen himself. Drastus slides a trembling hand along the cut of his neck. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We have found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. Drastus holds out a handful of crumbled parchment for your inspection. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of these. So we'll just examine it. There's no reason to moan or anything. Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchment explained that the Viridian Guard desired to overthrow Curus's Archons and rout the armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Viridian's well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hoped to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready to leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trail down slope for a few hours, you'll see the campfires leagues away. Can't miss it. And there we go. That's the first quest done.
I got it.
Fatebinder, Aurora salutes you as you approach. We are honored by your presence. So it seems that she's not someone I can, is meant to be in my party. She taps her gauntlet on her breastplate in salute. Have a pleasant siege, Fatebinder. So, looks like my ally and I are just gonna leave now. Our journey here is done. No, it's not. There was something up here I wanted to do actually. This is what I was actually wanting to do first, but so we can climb up the rope. The rope appears to be our thing. So we can climb up here.
Found something.
And I can find something. It is a potion of invisibility. Oh, that's fucking
Sorry,
useful.
I can't.
Let's get back down. That's very interesting. That's actually I like this mechanic. That's a very good mechanic. It's it helps reward exploration. So what's this? Stealth. Yep. I had a feeling I don't know. I actually don't know these, but at the same time, I feel like I can learn them quickly. The Archon demands all prisoners given a chance to serve the chorus. Yeah, we'll just let those two argue. What's actually? Oh, it's right. We have to left click, not right click to walk. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Tunon's court to visit our humble holdfast. Need supplies? Bursting with energy, the merchant slams her palm on the top of her crate. If so, you've come to the right place. So what will it be today? She spreads out a welcoming arm over her wares. Let's see what you have. So she sells some stuff. She sells some staffs, daggers. Looks like basic weapons. And the rings must be the gold and copper and bronze. Like these must be the currencies, chosen currencies of the game. Well, it doesn't really look like we have anything interesting to sell. What's stash? Agate, quick finger bangles. Doesn't really look like anything else I want to sell. Honor Guard's bronze flax. I'll definitely sell that as well. There you go. We'll trade that and get some more money on us. Other than that, there's not really anything we need to do here, so leaving is a bit more important. So let's do so. Looks like the camp has gone back to normal. But for us, we must leave. We must be off. There are more important things for us to be doing. Let's go. So we need to go down the hill to the disfavored camp. The fort was constructed shortly after, routing rebels along the valley's western edge. The Archon, Grave Ash, directs all disfavored efforts from this location. It is 3 hours away, so let us go. It looks like we have arrived, and I will be continuing the journey now. Let's go. I just needed to do something, so let's go see what's over here. Take what you can carry, but leave the cart, otherwise we seize you and your wares. This is robbery. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over taxes like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Nerat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story, so let's hear it. Let's have it out. What's so special about you? You know what? Let's tell her the truth. I have no reason not to trust her at this point. She's given me... yes, she could be a spy because... I mean, she's from the Crimson Choir, but again, she has not given me a reason to distrust her yet. So far as I'm concerned, I'm here to deliver an edict from Kyros. That makes crazy kind of sense considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can understand why Kyros would send you out with an edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you understand what it is? So this is not for you to know. She gains average fear, or we can give in more loyalty by telling her the truth. And again, I don't see a reason not to tell her. So even though my character is a lawful evil or he's that aspect, it's not against his personal code to tell her. Unless she's proven to him that she is untrustworthy, he doesn't see a reason not to. So the Archons must claim Ascension Hall by Kyros' Day of Swords, or all will perish. One more thing for the Archons to fight over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kyros sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. What else has the voices of Nerat told you? Only that I could find you in the edging ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd, but you're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of Matinee River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. Why so suspicious? It's just a feeling I got. When the Archons are together, the air gets as taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them seeing eye to eye. So why invite a mediator from Turon's court? It doesn't add up. Why do you think that you Archons are at odds? I've been with this Scarlet Chorus since the early days of the Conquest, so I can't say it's been building for a few years now. I can say it's been building for a few years now. There's an energy about those two, like a pair of storms moving to collide. I heard tell that Graven Ash and the voices of Nerat share some bad blood in the Northern Empire, but I don't know any of the particulars. By my authority, the Archons will fall in line. That sounds exactly like the attitude that to set this campaign in the right direction. I don't envy you the task of getting them to cooperate, which sounds about as easy as teaching a tornado to heal. At least you sound like you know what you're doing. I really ought to be meeting with the Archons. The war tent is just past the center of camp. She nods towards the northeast. One last thing, be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. It's a bit rude, because, I mean, I would say I'm more of a disfavored air person, but that's just me. What do we have here? Step closer and present yourself. You've arrived at last! The disfavored warrior turns to the other guard. This isn't just any fate binder, this is the Stormcaller. Alexander Hill fought with us all the way back to the Gates of Judgment. Served on the front lines, saw it with my own eyes. The guard looks back at you, nodding slowly. We're honored Tunon sent you. Disfavored gained? Wow, we already gained a major favor gain there. So we could salute. We could say, I'm sorry, but with the helmet it's hard to tell a face. We could glare silently, or we could basically... no, I'm gonna salute. Graven Ash protects. That he does, the warrior nods in approval, then taps twice on the gate to signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebinder. Glory to Kyros. Or Kairos. I will continue to say his name wrong, and I do apologize for this. Because no matter how... I'm never going to be able to play enough of this in one session to get the name right. Who are you? This is Penitborn. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in the merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp, that must be a man settling under the finest provision and armaments. He points to his collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if there's something that interests you. Most of the camp followers are slavers or haulers. You don't see many merchants. I try not to congratulate myself on my good fortune, since it's by the wisdom and mercy of Tunon that I make profit. Perhaps we're not so different in that respect, he winks. If I wasn't following the rear guard peddling my wares, my niece Rona and I would no doubt be caretakers of a pitiful market stall, shouting above the rabble to make ourselves known to the lord and ladies of the bastard city. So, let me see your wares. Penitable rubs his hands, eyes alight. Let's see if you can find something you might like. Again, I'm pretty sure this, I'm going to guess this is more just stuff. I'm going to buy a set of camping materials, because I do not know when I will need this. I have 5 sets of them now, so yes, wasn't a necessary purchase. But again, a purchase I made nonetheless. Some water. Doesn't really seem necessary, so thank you, merchant, but that's all I need. Who are you? Got no time to chitter. Yeah, chitter. Too much armor need to mend. Speak to Uncle Penitable if you got the rings to trade. So that's his niece. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to take the piss getting to the Archons, because this is my favourite thing to do in not Let's Plays, but RPGs in general. Just walking around and getting a general feel for the thing. The Oathbreakers already had their chance. No use in wasting stealth space on traces of Kyros.
Can't do that.
Okay, we met a new character, Estonius. Estonius curses the air as a blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing my weapons with scrap isn't exactly what I got into this craft. But our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. It can take a beat and get bent back into shape, unlike the stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. And we have always plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce that for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the disfavor the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lefian's Crossing. You mentioned an iron shortage? I'm afraid so. The last shipment sent down the Matani went missing near Echo Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tunon's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down, Estonius flinches and lowers his own. Graven Ash doesn't want to cause panic or pass any information to the Rendon guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting in a riverbed. Worst case, it ends up in the enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as did the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It'll be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. You can trust me to handle this. I knew that Tunon wouldn't have dispatched you without good reason. The court isn't exactly known for gambling when stakes are high. He glances at the crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? This is how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous so people don't go snooping around. You'll want to keep your eye out for these. Good hunting. So that's all we need. Let's leave for now. I mean, we've got a quest, so I'm going to go do that later. And it looks like I've explored the extent of this part of the thing. So I'm going to go north now. Because I'm pretty sure the Scarlet Chorus is leaders over there. But I would like to go see the thing. The Archon awaits you inside, Fate Bearer. Or Fate Bringer, sorry. Fate Bringer. So inside we're going to talk to the Lord. Here, okay, this actually, no, this is, that's Graven Ash and the voice of Narat. So let's just interject ourselves here.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with, his profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secret passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most notable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Verse whips fearfully as she beholds the Archons. I am here to proclaim Curus's edict. The valley was sealed in preparation for this moment.
Did I give you permission to speak?
The Archon of War turns to you, his blue eyes wide with anger. The many portraits you've seen depict Graven Ash with a stern, unamused countenance. He is even more taciturn in the flesh. So we could basically either, like, we could just, apologies for the sudden engine, or we could just glare. I'm gonna glare silently.
Stormcaller, it is an honor to have you with us. I would imagine you are here with another of Kairos' edicts. Perhaps another catastrophe that will punish our foes for hiding behind their walls?
Sure.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
On the last of his words, the Archon of War glares at the voices of Nerat, furrowing his brow as he utters the word camaraderie. So what do I want to say? I refuse to bow to them. I just feel like telling them what's here. Oh yeah, it is my sworn duty, so I require no thanks for doing my sworn duty. No, fuck it. We're just gonna be... I come bearing an edict of Kyros.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
Oh, this is them. So how do we want to break it to them? The Overlord's loyal servants must hold Ascension Hall by Kyros' Day of Swords, or all in the valley shall perish. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with the warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment, its every syllable drafted by the hand of Kyros. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed. The tired limbs now nearly bent with vigor.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secret passes his scepter from one hand to the next, chuckling softly with each toss. So how do I want to bitch at these guys? Kind of want to bitch at him, but I think it's more accurate as a bicker all you wish. You're just wasting valuable time.
Fatebinder is right. We're acting not as leaders, but as children. I've no time for your foolish japes and petty taunts. We should focus on the objective at hand, and that is taking the Mittani River, and then advancing to Ascension Hall and ending this edict.
What do I want to say now? Yeah, that's enough talk. There's work to be done. My lord, Beric, and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once, the Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's Chosen is our honored guest. and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
The Archon twirls his scepter one last time, then taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and the two depart.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. And what of the Scarlet Chorus? How will they be helping?
I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the Outer Valley.
The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside the Citadel. We've named the Chorus manpower to scour the region. We need the Chorus manpower to scour the region, otherwise the Oathbreakers will attack at our heels once we cross the Matani. Then I would be honored to help. The Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ash, then turns to lead the tent. I will be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearing her throat, and though I am loath to mention it, the Chorus can likely use her assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp, due east. Seek him out if you must. Okay. Oh shit, we've got 8 days to do this. Well, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to end this part here. If you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next part. See you guys then.